Alright, I'm going to do a review on some of my foundations that I have that I use kind of off and on. I have about 10, and I have 2 that aren't drugstore and the rest are drugstore. So, I kind of have a mix-up. I have a couple different brands and a couple different kinds of, like formats, I guess. Liquid, powder, I don't know. So I thought I'd do a review for y'all, and I'm just going to jump right into it. My first one, we'll start at one end of my little pile here, is I have the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous, and this is in Classic Ivory. I got this because we were having like a special at my work, and I got it on sale. I like that it has a pump. The color is pretty good, but I didn't care for it that much. It is an okay foundation. I really don't get what all the hype is. This is like everybody on YouTube has been raving about this. I don't really understand why, honestly. People say it's close to the Revlon Color Stay. It is nowhere near the quality of the Color Stay. I put this on my face. It has, when you first put it on and you're sitting in your makeup area or your bathroom or wherever you put your makeup on, it looks great, but it doesn't have good staying power, which is weird because it's called Stay Fabulous and it's supposed to have like a primer, I think, in here too. For me, it just doesn't stay on my skin. It shifts around too. I put it on and I put my setting powder on top of it, and still, it moves around in a kind of an odd way for me, and it may just be my skin. I don't know if I have weird skin or not, but I didn't really care for this. I can use it. What I do is I mix it kind of with some of my others so that, you get kind of the consistency. I like the consistency of it. I just don't like the staying power. So really, if you are looking for a good foundation, this is not, I wouldn't suggest this. It's kind of high, I think, on the CoverGirl spectrum. It's kind of one of their highest, priced foundations, aside from the one that has the Olay stuff in it. So I really wouldn't waste your money. I would try one of the Revlon ones, personally. To mention Revlon, it's the next in line. This is kind of my holy grail foundation. It is the Color Stay, and this one is normal to dry skin, and I'm in the color Buff, which is 150, and this is a really good match to my skin color. It's, it's very neutral. It's not yellow. It's not pink. It's just flesh tone, which I like, which is hard to find in drugstore makeup. This stuff is awesome. It will stay on your face all day. I work in retail. I sweat and move around and I get hot, and this stuff is on my face at the end of the day. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to touch it up. It's just there. So it is a full coverage though. Like, if you don't like full coverage, this is probably not for you. My next option is kind of a more medium to light coverage, but this is my favorite of all of these that I will talk about. The lighter version of that, like the lighter covered version, would be this new Revlon, which is a nearly naked. You can't see the stuff is already worn off of it. And I am in vanilla in this one. I like this one okay. It is fairly good coverage. It's kind of a medium, coverage, light to medium. It's nice finish on it. It's kind of got a natural type finish. It's not really matte. It's not, dewy. It's looks like your skin, which is good. I can't really wear this if I'm going to be out and sweaty and all that kind of stuff. It will fade off your face. Even on a normal type of day, just running around, by the end of the day, it's gone. I mean, it's not on there anymore. It is, the only thing I wish that, because this is kind of their staple, this is, everybody knows this stuff. I wish that the colors in this, that they had used the same colors, that, like the numbers, so that you could match. Like, if you knew you were buff in this, you knew you were buffing this. But it's not. They don't have corresponding numbers. They don't have corresponding names. So you kind of had to guess, I'm buff, this is vanilla. But you can tell they're not exactly the same. They're close. This is more pink. And I do have problems with this being pink. When I put it on my skin, I have to use a lighter color setting powder to kind of neutralize that pink out. But if you're not like me, you don't have this weird, crazy pink skin underneath your makeup, then it would probably be fine. But I think it would have been a really great idea for them to correspond these together so that people would know what color that they wore. Also, if they had a pump, that would be even better, because I don't like the pour, you know, because you get it everywhere and it just wastes a lot of product. If you're not one of those people who kind of scoop it back in, which is supposed to be bad for you because you get the oils, I do it because I'm not going to waste all my makeup. But, you know, it's up to you. This next one is by Maybelline. It is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Makeup. And I like this okay. I was really excited about this because I have the dark circle one, the little concealer one, and I love it. I think it's great. So I was like, yes, this will be like a big version of that. And if it had been, it would have been fantabulous. But there are some problems with this. It does shift around like this, like the Stay Fabulous from CoverGirl. Not as bad though. I like that it has this applicator on the top, so you can just be like and blend it in and you're done. It's really fast and that's great. I like the twisty thing. That's great. The major complaint I have with this is that you can't tell what color it is. Like, this looks like it would be a great color for me. It's not. It's the wrong color. And when you hold them, this color is, by the way, buff beige. When you hold them side by side, or when they're all sitting in their racks at the store, they all look almost the same color. So I would say the shade variety is not very good. And they're not as true to what color they are here when you get them out of this tube. So I can't hardly use this one. It's too dark. It's too red. It's just too dark. But I am going to try because I'm not going to waste it and I don't have my receipt anymore, so I can't take it back. But that would be if they had better color selection or more pronounced differences in their colors, or a way that you could tell better what color this is. I think that this would be pretty good. I don't see, it's supposed to be a treatment makeup. Yeah, I don't really know that it does anything like that, but I do like the finish and the way it feels when it's on your face. And it's a pretty, I got this at Target, I think, which is probably the best deal that I found on it. Like I said, I was excited about trying this. It kind of was a letdown, just basically because of the color. And I did have another color before this that I took back and got a lighter color, and this is still just so the wrong color. The next thing I have is our Rimmel, and it's actually not necessarily a foundation. They call it a BB cream, but I would say this is like a light cover foundation. It's supposed to be 9-in-1 skin perfecting super makeup, it says, in light. And it's nice. I like this for, you know, those days when you don't really want to put on a lot of makeup. You just want to, you know, slap it on your face and go. And it matches my skin like you can't even hardly see it. It's kind of got a dewy finish, which is, you know, because it's a kind of a tinted moisturizer, so it's got kind of that, you know, shiny finish, which you can fix with your setting powder. But it stays on fairly well for, you know, just being kind of a tinted moisturizer. I like the way it smells. It kind of smells like sunscreen. Some people are not going to like that. I like it. I think it's summery. The only kind of drawback with this, and it's nothing that really, you know, that I can't deal with, is that it looks the perfect shade for me when I put it on my hand, when I put it on my face, when I first put it on there, it's perfect. But it does oxidize a little. You know, when you go outside, you can notice it's kind of got a pinky thing going on. it's not a big deal for me. I can deal with that. I just now noticed it also has an expiration date, which I like, because you never kind of know when your foundation expires. You just hope that it's, you know, I don't know. That's a good idea. I like that. It's probably because it has sunscreen in it. But this is a good option, and it's really, really affordable. $5 or $6 maybe. It might have been even cheaper than that. And Rimmel does a lot of coupons in the newspaper, and they also do a lot of buy one get one half off and free deals as well. My next one is my last drugstore kind of liquid foundation, and it's the Wet n Wild Cover All, and this is in color Fair. So it's like 815, I think is the number. This stuff's okay. This would probably be my least favorite. But you know, it was only $4, so for the money, it kind of moves it up in the line of favorites, I guess. I don't wear this very often. It's kind of, I would say, a lighter coverage. Light to medium, maybe, if you build it up a little. I don't particularly care that much for the finish or the, you know, how the workability of it. But it was fun to try because, you know, I do have the pressed powder in this, and I like that better. I use that. I take it in my purse, and I use that to kind of touch up my makeup if I need to throughout the day. It's awesome. This liquid foundation is not so much. Now, if you have like a, you know, excuse me, like a teen or something that wants to start in makeup, this would be a really great kind of option. It's lightweight, you know, it's not supposed to break you out, and it's, you know, it's like $4. So, you know, I would give it a shot. I wouldn't say not to try it. Some people may love it. It just is not great for my skin. My last two drugstore things are powders. So this is my CoverGirl Smoothers, and it's in translucent. It's just that old school compact, you know, with the mirror on one side and the pressed powder on the other. I think I've had this for a long time. I just use it. It's got makeup on the outside of it too. I just use it as a setting powder, and I use it all over my face, use it under my eyes. I don't have a specific under eye setting powder. That's too many products for me for the same, you know, end goal. So I really like it. It's a very affordable product. It's awesome. I just can't say anything really bad about it, honestly. I've used it almost down to nothing, and it hasn't broken on me, which is a good thing as well. My next thing is actually not classified as a foundation of any kind. It says it's a bronzer, but it's the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. And I don't really understand why this is a bronzer. It actually matches my skin tone pretty good. I use it as a setting powder, especially if I have a foundation that's a little bit on the light side. It warms your skin up, you know, really well. And it's kind of got a sheen to it. I don't know if you can see, but it's not like, it's not glittery, so that's a plus. And this was a really affordable item. It's got a very nice texture. I like it. This is a YouTube recommendation from someone else that I actually turned out good. I liked it. But like I said, I don't think, unless you were like Casper, I don't think you could really use this as a bronzer. It's not going to bronze you, but it's a really good all-over kind of setting powder. My last two items are higher-end items. My first one is this Bare Minerals Fairly Light, and this is the pressed powder foundation. I think they still make this. It hasn't been that long ago, I don't guess, that I bought it. But that's what it looks like, and I'm fairly light, like I said. I have had the loose powders of these as well. I used to love Bare Minerals. I wore it every day. But I kind of, you know, as I got a little older, my skin got dry, so I can't hardly wear it anymore. Also, another big thing with these is if you are going to do anything, sweat, you know, even a little bit, this is not a good recommendation for a foundation. It will run in lines of color down your face. The reason I know that is because it has happened to me. It's very embarrassing. But I do what I do is I use this as another setting powder. That's kind of what I do with foundations that are powder that I don't care for a whole lot. I just really lightly dust them over my face as a setting powder. It's a way to not have to throw them away and waste them. You know, it's how I figure out how to use them. I'm not going to ever purchase that again, probably, because, like I said, my skin is too dry now. I can't wear it. Now, if you have somebody who has really great skin, they just want kind of a light dusting of powder, and they don't care if it stays on all day, it's a good option. It will not break your face out. Well, it did never break my face out. I even slept in it occasionally, which was not a good idea, but it did never break my face out. My last item is this Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I'm sure all y'all know about this. Everybody has talked about this on YouTube. And I'm in color 25. This is a really good match to my skin color. It matches me really well, and it goes on really well. I like it. The only drawback really on this is the price, because, you know, if I'm working and, you know, I don't feel like this $30 foundation is something that I should wear to work. I wear this, you know, I'm wearing it today, but I wear it if I'm going to go somewhere, or if I'm going to some, like, occasion or something like that, because it looks really nice on your face, and it stays fairly well. It does not hold up well to being, you know, like sweat and, you know, that kind of stuff, like working in it. And I will probably buy this again. I can't say that I won't, but I will probably will. But it is too similar in all of its attributes to the CoverGirl for me really to just jump right out and say, yeah, I'm going to buy it. These two are very similar. This one just will never leave your face. Like, once it's on your face, it's going to stay on your face. This one does wear off. Like, even though it says Makeup is Forever, it's the brand, and it's going to stay. It does not stay for me. You know, like, if you worked in an office or something, you would not have that same problem that I have with, like, you know, sweating and it running down your face and that kind of stuff. So in a normal type of non-retail working environment, I think this would probably stay all day. But I just, for the money, I can't see paying that much for something that's going to just wear off my face. This is a better option for me. I do have a couple other ones that I've used up and thrown away. You know, I had an Ulta brand, didn't care for it. I do want to try some of the Tarte because they're like supposed to be more natural. And I will do a review on those when I get them if y'all would like. But leave me a comment or a thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you.